can all agree that in every communist country, you don't have free speech. You're not free to hate the communist government or the leaders. In every Muslim country, you certainly don't have free speech to hate Allah or Muhammad or the Quran. You can be killed or put in prison by nightfall.
Just to let you know, I would just caution against, really characterizing all predominantly Muslim countries the same. You know, Turkey and many other nations do have democracies, but I do think that there are certain nations like Saudi Arabia, which even my colleague in Congress, Ilhan Omar, has very much spoken truth to power in some of those issues that you bring up as well. But I just wanted to.
Well, I have friends in almost every Muslim country in the world, and so I know what I'm talking about, and I know even in the supposedly democracies, they will put you to death if you criticize and blaspheme Muhammad, or at least put you in prison. You do not have the freedom to blaspheme Muhammad, okay? So all I'm just saying, though, is that growing even in the European socialist countries, in Europe and Canada, now you can easily face fines or imprisonment if you use critical hate speech against certain people groups. So my question is, I think we can all agree that love is the greatest aspect of humanity. But would you also agree that the greatest freedom in America and in any free country is the freedom to hate? And this goes to the debate on our college campuses. The freedom to hate is the greatest freedom because in many countries you cannot. Mm-hmm. And in America, you can hate, well, my time was a little bit taken, okay? In America, you can hate Donald Trump, and because it's not against the law, he cannot put you in prison. Isn't that a great thing? Okay.
I think I understand where you're trying to go here, and I think part of it is, I think at the bedrock of what you're discussing is freedom of speech,
right,
and the freedom of expression,
right,
and that is what I would call it.
Yes.
I think that we have a freedom to express ourselves. But we should also know that in the United States, there are also limitations on our freedom of speech.
No, only if it involves violence or threats, things that are illegal. But that's not free speech. And so, that's threat. Threats are not free speech.
So, and also, beyond violence,
I don't think you should say that. I don't think you should say that because that's confusing the issue.
Sir, you have your time.
Well, sir, I think it's also confusing. With respect, I think it's confusing to say that all Muslim countries would throw folks in prison. I think.
Go.
I just want to introduce some nuance to the conversation.
Go over there. Go do it and see if you come back alive.
So I just want to throw some nuance into the conversation, and I'm not trying to have an argument here. I want to have a discussion.
Well, you are having an argument, and I would be glad to argue with you. I'd be glad to debate. I'm willing to be wrong. I'm willing to be wrong. Are you willing to be wrong?
And absolutely, sir. And I'm absolutely open to being proven wrong on many issues. So when it comes, I'll just let you know my perspective. We can disagree at the end of it, but I want to at least let you know my perspective. My perspective is that we absolutely have a protected freedom of speech. Someone can say, I hate so-and-so, and that is protected speech.
Sure.
When we think about one of the landmark freedom of speech cases brought down by the Supreme Court, one of those cases and one of the verdicts said another form of speech that is not protected is yelling fire in a crowded movie theater.
Because you're killing people.
That will force people to trample one another.
Right.
And so that's not protected speech. So
you can yell fire in the theater if there's a fire.
If there's a fire.
Okay, so that's a ridiculous argument.
Right, sir, but he's saying, if
she's arguing with me,
in the landmark speech. No, sir, it's fine.
Because they turned my mic off, okay, so I have to raise my voice. You fascists turn my mic off.
Oh, sir, no, and you can turn his mic on. You don't have to cut it off. I did not ask that to happen.
Thank you very much.
No, it's totally fine. For me, I think.
Fascist.
And so I think for me, sir, it's my concern is we have freedom to say I hate this, I hate that. Where I do get concerned is where that line is played with so that we have plausible deniability to incite violence against people. I don't think that the president should have tweeted that video that he tweeted. Do I think he should have gone to jail for it? Absolutely not. But I don't think he should have done that. I think that by endangering Congresswoman Omar, He was playing with this line, and
Well, I disagree. She endangered herself, okay? That's not endangerment
And
by
sir-
showing of truth. So showing the truth is endangerment, is inciting violence to show the truth. That is fascism.
well, sir, I don't think anyone's trying to ban that speech.
His right to show the truth of what happened is just as valid as her right
It is.
to say whatever she wants to say.
And sir, that's why he's not being. That's why there's no charges being brought
And
up
being
against
criticized
him.
by you as though there should be charges.
No, I don't think there should be charges. I don't.
Yes,
I want to make
because
sure
you
that I
say he's
clarify.
inciting violence against her.
I think he is.
That's absurd. You cannot incite violence.
yeah. Well, I think he
Inciting
is.
violence is illegal.
Right. And so.
Inciting
So, okay, and sir, I think one of the larger questions that we have here is that if we're explicitly talking about, do we have the right to say, I hate so-and-so, I hate this, you even have the right, yes, to be bigoted in America, absolutely. You absolutely have the right to be bigoted in America.
Right.
My question is, why do you want to, not you, but why would one want to be bigoted in America?
It doesn't matter.
Is the
I don't want to
larger
be bigoted. I
question.
grew up as a conservative Christian. I love every Muslim. I love the Muslims that would kill my family, okay? But I'm telling you that the greatest freedom is for us to allow anyone who wants to hate